people? This is Brother Rich from Underground Railroad Radio. Today, the topic of today's show is, are black people the extraterrestrials? Now, we've been hearing a lot of talk about sightings being seen lately. Almost every other movie out is dealing with aliens, all that type of stuff. So, I thought it would be best to have one of the most powerful speakers when it comes to that subject, Delbert Blair, to discuss, exactly what's going on. So we got Delbert Blair today on the show. But before Delbert Blair comes on the show, I have another brother. He goes by the name of LJ. Sort of reminds me of a young Delbert Blair, but he has tons of information when it comes to that type of material. So I just thought I would bring the brother on the show to interview Delbert Blair with me, and to also introduce this brother to, the Blog Talk Radio community out there, so the brother can share, the important information that he may have to share with me. Brother LJ, are you there?
Roger that. I am here and I'm shining. How you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling great, brother. As you know, we got Delbert Blair on the show today, but before he comes on, I just want you to briefly tell the people, I see you a lot come by my table, and, you drop some signs, some information on me about, what's going on. Just tell the people right now, I know you're part of an organization, and, there's some things that's been going on lately. I talked to you about this before. I'll let you know my stance on it. As far as what's going on with the concentration camps and all that, I feel like, none of that, it's mind over matter. But I'm gonna let you go into it. But also, I have another brother that's gonna be on with us, off and on today, Brother A.A. Rashid. Brother A.A. Rashid is one of the most dynamic teachers dealing with Kamala and more feedback. Brother Rashid.
Yes, sir.
Can you turn, I think, is that your radio?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. What's good? Okay, are you there, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was getting a lot of feedback. Who had the phone? This is Brother LJ. This is Brother Rich and Brother LJ. Brother LJ reminded me that was there. I want the brother LJ. All right, Brother LJ, and just tell us what you've been telling me about what's going on right now, and what you feel is about to happen.
Well, basically, to sum it up, brothers and sisters out there listening, I feel the same thing. Everybody down to the most, what I consider the most emptiest of certain third-dimensional vessels to be feeling right now, and that's a huge change in vibration worldwide. This change in vibration has been talked about by ancestors, by ancient cultures. It's a vibration that's universal, it's transdimensional, and it's going to happen whether or not we want to believe it's happening or not.
He's talking about consciousness, the way people
what
think.
We have to come to terms with, basically, is the real essence and seeds of our origin, because then we're going to know the next step and where we're going, truly where we're going.
He's talking about know that self.
You mentioned earlier how, cinema's dealing a lot, brother, with extraterrestrials. We got this movie, what is that movie, Happening, or something like that, or The Knowing. And that deals with aliens. Tons of things dealing with genetic evolution, genetic tampering. There was an article in all the newspapers about 3.5 weeks ago about how you can now go in and get your baby design. All this stuff normally is considered within the realm of madness, crazy talk. When you try to present the truth, which is a very swallow to most people, as to what's going on, like, look at this, you can go in, it's like Burger King now, you can get your baby made, they laugh at you and they ridicule you immediately because the programming's best. But this has been going on for millennia. For millennia. There are many different star races out there. Okay? Still within the realm of crazy talk, right? Insanity. Mind you, insanity was over, like I told you before, brother, that was used by ancient Greeks for the greatest of philosophers. It meant that you were inside, you were sane. Now, this whole deal with the star races, actually there's 144,000 of them. You can mark the word 144,000 because it's popularly used in the book of Revelation. A common misinterpretation, mind you, the book of Revelation was written 750 years after the ending of the Old Testament. It was written by Roman Parliament senators. Now, they mentioned 144,000. Those are the known different star races currently known, okay, that have seeded star seeds here. And this is why to this day there's this huge deal going on with race, divisions between race, schisms between race, misunderstanding, and the fracturing of vibrational energy. All of this needs to change. It needs to change quick. Our grand friend Obama is going on a 71-country tour to promote a one-world government. And there are more than 60,000 plastic coffins and more than 20,000 FEMA camps waiting for us. We need to start vibrating, and it needs to be quick. Throughout history, all the powers that we've known to be evil have been associated with a force that was serpentine or reptilian. All your brothers still there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother.
It's all right.
We getting ready to connect Dr. Blair right now, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, hello?
Yes, hello,
Are
Doctor.
you there?
Yes.
This is Blair.
Hey, what's going on, brother? It's a pleasure to have you on the show today, brother.
Well, believe me, it's a pleasure to be on your show, Brother Rich.
Definitely a pleasure. I'm sitting here shaking with nervousness.
Hey, Dr. Blair, today I got a guest host with me. He goes by the name of Brother LJ, and I also have Brother A.A. Rashid. So, I thought it might be nice to get questions from different perspectives instead of just me asking you all the questions, So, Brother LJ, he's one of your, biggest supporters. And the brother's gonna be asking you, some important information.
He's going to ask me some information, or he's going to share some information with me?
Every experience is an experience to, grow and learn. So I really want to just garner and absorb, I can't even talk right now. I'm so nervous. It's a pleasure.
You don't sound nervous at all, and I was listening in. I've been on for about 3 minutes, and I heard you expounding there, so, about the Dracons and the time we're in and the tour he's on. You're right. You've got him pinned correctly, and what most of us don't understand is the time it is. It's interesting, too, that you have me on, what is this called? April Fool's Day? Okay? And that's interesting, too, because most people you ask about April Fool's Day, they cannot tell you how it came about.
Well, tell us now, brother. How did it come about?
That's very interesting, too, because that gets back to the church. That gets back to Pope Gregory. April Fool's Day started on April 1st in 1564, and it started in France. What happened there was that Pope Gregory called together a group, and he said it was a Januarius council. What had happened was that they adopted, France was the first one to do it, the Gregorian calendar, named after Pope Gregory. And he said that the year should begin on January 1st. Well, before that time, in the so-called Roman world, in Europe, in the places that were dominating at that particular time, it would start in March 21st. That was the start of the year, March 21st, and it ended on April 1st. He changed it around, starting it and giving a new month. They didn't even have a January. They didn't even have a February. He started with January, and then said this was going to be the first of the year. So it caused a lot of ruckus, because a lot of people were not Catholic. A lot of people weren't for the church dictating that much. So those people continued to follow it on April the 1st. So they said, well, they were fools to do that, because the church had decreed it as not. So that's where they began to say they were fools. So it was April Fool's Day. And I think it was in Scotland, they used what they call Fish Day. And there was another place out there, too, where they had the Gawk Day, or those that were gawking at the people who were looking and making these assertions that the years shouldn't be changed like that. So it threw off all the calendars. It led to something else we could get into one day, but I won't do that now, 46 BC, when they also lost 461 days in the calendar. So this is why they say in Western world, they don't even know what time it is. We don't know what year it is. They don't even care. They just make up stuff, and we follow everything they make up.
Wow. What's the name of the lecture, Dr. Blair?
Well, the mysteries unveiled of the 18th dynasty. I could call it the last time the gods and mortals ruled. I could call it a lot of things, but we're going to talk about King Tut. the real truth behind it, that they hide Akhenaten, Ai, Mut, Nefertiti, the priest of Amun, the connection there with the Nubian Empire, because Nubian Empire can't be separated, but they do. The real name for the pyramids, because it's not their real name, what they signify, the real name for Cairo. We're going to get deeply into the insight, and that's the last time when we had extraterrestrials and terrestrials ruling. That's why so many people honor King Tut. You know, every time he comes through, every time he goes to all the cities, people come out. In their hearts, they don't even know, but they remember those cellular memories. That membrane tells you that was the last time you had it good, and we need to get back to it. And our project is trying to bring that about. So I think the people will find it fantastic. We'll talk about King Tut's wife that nobody talked about. We talk about the babies. We talk about the Hyksos and how they got involved and who they represented. Things that you never hear. And this is why I'm glad you, Brother Rich, and especially Brother Rashid, and all you who are communing together to try to bring back enlightenment at this time of darkness. And I thank you very much. I'm looking forward to do it as much as the people are looking forward to me being here.
Okay, Dr. Blair. Now, the topic of today's show is, now you've been dealing with aliens, extraterrestrials, things of that nature for years and years and years. One of the few black scholars to delve into that, to deal with that. Now, my first question to you, and I'm sure Brother LJ got a lot of questions, but I just want to ask this question.
You're right.
I want to ask this question, Dr. Delvin Blair. Now, when you talk about aliens in the black community, Doctor, that's kind of a touchy subject. I mean, it's like, when you hear about abductions, we generally don't hear about nobody being abducted, but white people, ain't no black people see no aliens. When you say that, people think you're crazy. So, I mean, I'm conscious, so I know what you're talking about when you deal with that. But for the average Joe out there, Dr. Blair, for the average person out there that may be listening, that's saying, what is this black man talking about with aliens? I've never been abducted. Why is he saying that blacks used to be extraterrestrials? Can you go into that and can you explain this whole concept of us having a cosmic origin, Dr. Blair?
Well, you are really pulling out a big plate. Must be Thanksgiving, and we're going to eat anything but soul food. We're going to eat some food that's going to be good for us. We're going to get some vegetables in here now, and some juices, and some Keegan water, and some diet. We're going to get out here and let those pineal glands begin to vibrate like they used to again. If you notice, all your meteorologists, your astrophysicists, and so are talking about dark matter, black holes, all these kind of things they're talking about. They're talking about trying to understand what absorbs light. They're talking about something that may be coming this way. The only people who are not talking about it are those who are too busy hip-hopping, or finger-popping, and not getting a chance to understand some of the things you're seeing. You're seeing the movies now about heroes. You're seeing something that's going to save the earth from a terrible future, and people are going to have to mutate and get all kind of powers. Well, it's just simply the power is coming back. The power has been here for the longest. This is why you see constructions and destructions. You see constructions that are falling apart where mountains were moved, tons of stone, granite stones inside the Great Pyramid, and only granite is something like 80 miles away. All these things were moved. So something has happened here that we've lost technology, we've lost touch of what's really happening. So let's just get back to a simple way of trying to find out what is really happening here. If you notice, there are 13 crucified saviors. If you notice, every religion on this planet except for one